Whew. Why am I nervous now?
I am nervous.
Why are you nervous? You do this all the time.
I swear to God, I'm always nervous when I do interview. Hi guys, so this is the video you guys have been waiting for so long, and we finally want to announce. I said yes!
Surprise!
Tell them, Habibi. Come on, I said yes. I'm surprising. You guys have been going crazy over the TikTok that we uploaded. Oh my God, we are not in relationship. Stop it.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying?
Hey Yakuzas, it's your favorite drama queen, and today we're gonna be doing an interview with one of the most famous English teacher in Japan. So if you're new to this channel, hi, my name is Ila and I go by Crazy Ila. I live in Japan and every now and then I upload a video about my life in Japan. Some days we do street interviews, indoor chat, and sometimes I just give you my opinion about things and life in Japan. So if you're into this kind of topics, if you're into Japan or you like the energy around here, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and follow us on our social media. We will link them down below in the description box of the video. In today's video, I'm going to be introducing you guys. It's just gonna be like a portrait of Patrick right here, and he's going to be telling us all about teaching English and content creation in Japan. Sorry to interrupt, I would like to introduce you guys to today's video's sponsor. That's right. Our today's sponsor is Tipsy. Tipsy is a sake production company which provides access to a great selection of premium sake from different places in Japan. Kyoto, Kyushu, Iwate, and even more. Now, you guys already know from my background right here, you see the wine there pending, that I love trying different beverages, especially around Japan when I'm traveling. And of course, what's a trip around Japan without trying different type of sake? Let me tell you, when I received my 6 bottles of sake, I was like, okay. Now, if you don't know anything about sake, do not worry. Your order comes with a sake guide that explains everything from ingredients, brewing process, to how to taste, how to serve, which food to eat it with, and at what temperature to warm it up. Each of the 6 bottles have different ingredients, therefore different temperature to drink it at. For example, the Tozai, which is my favorite one. Look at that juicy, creamy sake. My favorite. The Tozai one should be drunk at cold temperature, whereas the Nambu Bijin one should be drunk heated up to 120 degrees Fahrenheit. So, how do you get your first Tipsy Sake box? Go to www.tipsysake.com, tipsy with 2 P's, and choose the subscriptions that works better for you. And guess what? You can get 10% off right now by using the code CRAZYLAH. Crazy YLLAH. Crazy YLLAH. Don't forget there are double Y in the code. You can as well take a nice photo with your favorite sake bottle. I'm doing it right now, you know what? Share it on your Instagram with the hashtag I'm tipsy with 2 P's to win a special gift. So what are you waiting for? Go get your first Tipsy sake box and let's get tipsy. Oh wait, don't do that if you're underage, because we're not encouraging alcohol consumption for you here if you're underage, okay? Not for you, not today. Wait when you get older. Thank you so much, Tipsy, for partnering with me on this video. Now let's get back to our guest introduction, shall we?
I'm Patrick, everyone. I am an English teacher. I teach at a kindergarten school that also has classes for elementary students. So I teach little kids, and I teach slightly older kids in elementary. And I've been in Japan for 7 years, and I used to teach English in China as well. I taught there for 3 years.
So I would like to know, what's your typical working day in Japan like?
On a normal working day, I will wake up around 7-ish and get ready for work. I ride my bicycle to work, which takes it's maybe 7-8 minutes to get from my apartment to my school. So I get to school and I teach my morning classes. I have 3 kindergarten classes in the morning. Then I have a lunch break in between the 2nd and 3rd class. And then we have a break for a few hours until the elementary after school classes happen. So I teach 2 classes usually from about 4 to 6:30. Then I go home.
Every day 7 a.m.?
I wake up at 7. I have to be there at 9:30 a.m. But I wake up around 7.
I'm not waking up at 7 a.m. About the teaching, you said you have like 2 classes per day. Is it like a prepared curriculum, or you prepare your lesson by yourself?
It's prepared for me beforehand. It didn't used to be, but the curriculum that we used a few years ago changed over the whole system, and now they have all the lesson plans prepared for the teachers who use them. So it's really convenient. Yeah, I can just walk into work, look at what the lesson plan says, set up the materials, and then just go.
Is there any other foreign teacher in school?
Yes, there are about 8 or 9 of us at my school, and we're all men, which is like pretty rare. I feel like for working in it.
How did you get into content creation?
I first started doing TikTok in October of 2019. A friend of mine was on TikTok. She was on TikTok all the time and would like sing all the TikTok songs and do the trends and stuff. And she said, Patrick, you should jump on the bandwagon of TikTok, basically. Because I knew of TikTok. I knew it was a thing. But like everyone says, I thought it was like a thing for
Gen
kids.
Z.
Yeah, Gen Z, basically, yeah. I was known for doing dances at my school. Like I would make all these little dances for the kids. And so she said, you should start using your dance skills on TikTok and you can grow a following there. And so I kind of toyed with the idea for a while, but wasn't really sold on it until I was on a trip to Hokkaido, just visiting by myself, and I was bored in my apartment and was like, you know, maybe I should just start this TikTok thing and just do a dance or something. And so I did my first dance, and from there did a few more of the dance trends over the next month or so. But then gradually kind of branched off into more like story time videos, and then like the funny skits that I do every now and then.
Story times. We love that. We love hearing about
The
Bobby.
Yes, Bobby. He's a fan favorite, Bobby.
By the way, who's Bobby?
He's a kid who never listens. He's always doing what he's not supposed to be doing. Whatever you say to him to do, he will not do. And if you say don't do this thing, he will do that thing. He's mischievous, but he deep down he's got a loving, very like caring personality. He cares about the people in his life. He likes the teacher, but he just, you know, he acts up a lot.
He's the student.
He's that student, yeah. He shows up a lot in my videos.
How old is he?
Bobby is whatever age I need him to be, because he's not real.
Oh my god! Guys, I didn't know. I was thinking Bobby's a natural student. What the?
Bobby
so
is
it's like it's an avatar that you created.
Yes, exactly. All the experiences I have with students that fit with Bobby's personality, I will use him for those videos. I feel like
you were the Bobby.
Oh no, I was not a Bobby. In school, I was absolutely not. I was very quiet, always listened, did not ever want to make the teacher upset. I was the Cindy of my videos. If you know my videos, Cindy she's the girl who's always, she's a teacher's pet, always trying to please a teacher. That was me.
I think I was Cindy too.
Actually,
do parents of your student, they know that you're doing content creation?
Some do. I used to teach in Sendai, actually. I taught there for 5 years. A lot of the students and parents there know that I'm on TikTok. Here in Tokyo, at my new school, there's only like a handful of people parents who know that I am on TikTok and Instagram and stuff. But all of my students know. And I've showed them a few of my videos before, so they know.
How do they react when you show them the videos?
They like some of them. Anything where it's really, really crazy, they think is hilarious. When I'm wearing the wig, they crack up at that.
Who's giving you that wig?
I bought that wig actually back when I first started. It was maybe a month after I started a TikTok account that I was like, I need a wig, because I wanted to do a TikTok based on Sadako, which is a ghost, the ring basically, if you've seen that. I needed a wig to wear for it, and so I went out to Don Quixote and bought a wig and just used a cheap wig, and I've had it ever since.
What impact do you think you have on kids beyond learning the language?
The impact that I have on the kids here is pretty big, and it's one that, like you said, extends beyond just learning a language. These kids don't have very much exposure at all to people who look like me, and so being able to just exist here as their teacher, one, is doing a lot for them, because they're like, oh, other people do exist. But then two, I'm able to share a bit of my culture and my experience as a foreigner with them, specifically as a black foreigner who, you know, in the US where I'm from, I'm also a minority, so it's like a bonus. It's like a bonus. They get the English experience, and they get the experience, or they get the knowledge of what it's like for a foreigner like me to exist in this country, but then they also get to learn how it is as a black foreigner for me, which is so rare here in Japan. Most English teachers are white people. A lot of us don't like to travel, unfortunately, so hopefully that's one thing I want to try to change. I want to inspire more black people to travel and do more things abroad. I am able to help these Japanese kids see that people have different skin tones, different hair textures. The way that we operate isn't always the same. Even though we're people, we're all the same, as in we're one race of people, but we look different. And there's nothing wrong with that. Some of the kids initially do get kind of like, oh, why are you brown? And they kind of view it as maybe a not so good thing. But I'm able to step in and be like, no, this is okay. There's nothing wrong with being brown. In fact, my whole family is brown. My brother, my sister, I get to show them pictures of brown children and have them be able to make the connection. Wow, they're young like us, but they're brown like Mr. Patrick.
One of your most viral videos is the one where the Barbies of your class were asking you if you are a living chocolate.
I walked into a classroom, was saying hi to some kids. This boy walked up, rubbed my arm, and then smelled it. And I was like, oh, I'm not chocolate. Then his friend walks up next to him and she's like, you're not chocolate? I was like, no, I'm not chocolate. And she was like, what are you?
What do you think about the overall English teaching system in Japan?
I think English is a mandatory subject in like middle school here and kindergarten, some kindergartens, all obviously. But I'm pretty sure that while students do learn English, it's more like writing focused and reading focused. And so they don't really get a whole lot of experience speaking. So when you talk to a Japanese person in public and you ask them if they can speak English, they'll always say no. They'll be like, or they'll say like little. They'll very rarely be like, oh, I can speak English just fine. Even though many of them do have a decent level of English, like they can say some things, and like if you need help with something, they can help you. They just feel very shy. They don't feel confident at all in their speaking abilities. And so that is something that I wish was a bit different, and something that at my school we do is we really focus on speaking. But if you go to an actual like Japanese school, if they have an English class, like a Japanese English class taught by their Japanese professor, it's not going to be like very speaking heavy. So I do wish it could be a bit different, but there are a lot of things in Japan that are just kind of set in certain ways, and it will take a long time for them to change, if they'll ever change.
Would you recommend teaching English in Japan?
I would, yeah. I think it depends on the experience. It depends on where you're placed. It depends on what kind of school you're at. All those factors, make the experience great or make the experience not so great. I've met a number of teachers who have had horrible experiences teaching abroad, not because of Japan itself. Japan is a good country to, I think, live in for multiple reasons. There are a lot of things that are not so great about Japan, but there are a lot of great things about the country too. But in terms of teaching English, it's a good way to learn about yourself, what you're capable of, what you can handle, what you can't handle. I think any sort of teaching abroad experience in any country is going to do that for you.
What is the best way to find a good English teaching job in Japan?
I don't know if it's the best way, but what I always recommend to people when they ask me online is I went through a website called Gaijin Pot in order to find my current job. There are a lot of teaching programs like the JET program and Interact and there are programs like that people can go through to teach here.
Do you have to have English teaching qualification, or any English speaker can have a job?
So that one's a bit tricky. I've heard that you don't need to be a native English speaker. I haven't met like any teachers who are in that scenario, but I've heard from others who live here that is possible.
Are you planning, it's a bit personal, are you planning to do English teaching your whole life in Japan?
I don't plan to stay in Japan long term. I plan to be here for maybe just a few more years and then go back to the US, where I think I will continue teaching. Maybe not necessarily English.
Oh, maybe Japanese.
Nope.
I know. Do you have any advice for people who want to actually come to Japan for teaching English?
In order to teach in Japan, usually people need a bachelor's degree from a university. If you don't have that, it's going to be pretty difficult to find a position here. You need to get an education.
How dare you?
You need to get you need to get a bachelor's degree, not necessarily in education, but in, usually it's just anything. If you have a bachelor's degree, then schools will be interested in hiring you. I would also say like having some sort of certification like TEFL or TESOL would be helpful. It looks good on a resume. If you're someone who likes adventure and traveling, then this is something for you for sure. So people learn pretty quickly what they can and can't handle. The people who are built for this, they come, they know, and they can do it often for many, many years. So some people think that they're more than capable of doing something like this, and then to get here and it's very different. And some people who are like really nervous about it but are willing to just take the chance thrive abroad, and they go on to live the rest of their lives in a different country. One last thing to recommend would just be like, don't be afraid of the challenge.
Thank you so much actually for accepting to do this interview with me. You guys, I really hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up and comment and share it with your audience, your family, and whoever who's interested in English teaching in Japan. And I will link our social social media and all our activities in Japan in the description box of this video, so don't forget to check it out. 見てくれてありがとうございます。
ありがとうございます。
That was a surprise, I'm sorry.
Go.